Welcome back to Let's Play Endless Space 2 on the Reawakening Update. This is Series 10, episode number 57. I'm JC Proton. We're picking up at turn number 95, and we're playing a standard faction of the United Empire on endless difficulty in a normal speed game. In this episode, we are going to be declaring war on the Cravers because I'm getting tired of waiting on them to do it. You can see here we are still the only faction that has any trade routes. Nobody else has them. Cravers don't. Forgiani, Horatio, Sophons, Unfallen, Riftborn, Lumeris. Nope, nobody. Just us. So we are still, 7 systems away from taking over control of the constellation. So we're going to actually have a fleet battle here at Teonha. This fleet arrived, so we're going to be doing a fight there. Admiral Hero versus Admiral Hero. And I realized I was wrong when I said last episode that we did not have any progress on Forged in Battle. We do, because we did have a previous battle at there at Teonha at the CL3 system where our Admiral defeated a Craver Admiral. So I expect we'll probably win this fight here. And in fact, we're going to have to trim down our fleet because their fleet is weak, puny and weak. And our weak is big and strong. So we're going to have to make a smaller fleet to fight them that they won't just try to run away. And so then that'll give us 2 out of the 3 that we need for that actual quest. Also, we had an event end. On the shoulders of supergiants ended. So approval has dropped by 20 more points in our empire. And that has consequences. We actually have, let's see, where are we at? Overall, we're at devoted. But down here, we have a couple of systems that are mutinous at 0%. And those ones, when they're at that level, are actually ready to start going into rebellion, where they're actually going to revolt and take up arms against us, right? And there's a couple of them. CR4 and CO4 are both in that same situation. You have options of like just suppressing the rebellion, but that makes them more unhappy. You can try seducing them if you have the resources, but I like to normally just try to resolve whatever the underlying problem is, which in this case, it's just low approval because of unpleasant planets. We need to do terraforming. And then also, we've got Ontological Reverse Engineering. We do have enough influence that we can rush that. So let's go ahead and do that now. And what that's going to let us do, there we go. So that was this tech here. It lets us correct negative anomalies. And so we have some negative anomalies in places, things like acid rain, high gravity, irradiated, polar tempest, poor soil, things that make it unpleasant to live on a system. So we're going to be able to queue up into, like there's an example, poor soil. So we can do soil engineering and correct that one's only a -2 per population. But there are others that are like -4. Irradiated is that way. And there are some other pretty bad ones too. Looks like what I'm going to do, I think this one just finished completing building the, super biofuel factory. So I'm rushing a bunch of food production things because that will increase the output, the industrial output here. Right now we're getting 22.7 from food conversion. Not very much, right? That's going to go up quite a bit when we get these other things built. Speaking of rushing researches, I want to take a look at the tech tree a bit. There's a couple interesting technologies here. There's this one called Emperor's Shadow, and it's a system improvement. You can only build once, but it gives you extra dust and industry per point of influence. And so I was like, well, I think I have a system that produces a lot of influence, and it's my capital. So that number, 1147 times 0.3, would result in what, like 300 and something, almost 400 extra industry and dust. So that would be cool. So I think I want to go ahead and get that researched. And then there's another one I was thinking about. Low Kelvin sciences. A faster fleet movement module for our heroes, our admiral heroes, to help the fleets go faster. But then there's also the +3 vision range on systems. Sure, that's fine. But it's weird how the way this reads, it's kind of like maybe there are maybe more curiosities that might be revealed or something. I don't know. I don't think so, but I mean, I could be wrong. So why not? So I do want to go ahead and get that queued up too. We'll see. We'll see if that would be pretty amazing to be this late in the game and then realize, oh wow, there's like a whole nother thing I can research to reveal lots more curiosities or anomalies or something. So that would be cool. So anyway, we'll go ahead and give it a go and get that researched. Another thing that's going to be pretty cool for our home system is the Ministry of Truth. Right now I have a whole bunch of siege modules that I built, and I have more of them queued up. We're going to be moving those this turn. But yeah, Ministry of Truth. I touched on it last video, just kind of mentioned it in passing, but it looks like there's a +10 approval per heroes assigned to a fleet, and I think that only applies to the system. It would be cool if it applied to the whole empire, but I don't think it does. Ministry of Truth, it's all about, making sure that people have correct information. They don't want people having incorrect, different views compared to what the empire's narrative is. So manage all of the information. Have all communication go through one central place. Yeah, that's for the good of the people and everything too, right? So anyway, yeah, so that's the Ministry of Truth. We'll get that built soon as we're done with the siege modules, or the siege ships. So we built a bunch over here, and we built a bunch over here as well at AG5. And so we're building a couple rounds. I think we're building 32, and we're building 3 fleets of 32 actually. So I'm going to get these started heading this way towards Paradalis. I think I'm just going to keep that hero over here, and the siege fleets will get there when they get there, man. And then these ones are coming to Yersh. This fleet that's headed to Bundus will get there in, I guess, 6 turns. So we'll get there in 6 turns, and if we were to move the siege fleets to Bundus, it says 7, but then if we actually move it, it'll be 6 turns. And this fleet will be there in 6 turns. Oh, okay, so it'll be okay. Okay, cool. So they'll all arrive at the same time. That'll be fine. So siege fleets arriving in 6 turns. Battle fleet arriving in 6 turns. A small battle fleet. 12,000 attack, 8,000 defense, 46,000 hit points. Nothing crazy. Just a hunter, a flag, a protector, and an attacker. That's it. It's just a nice, small, little expeditionary force. You know, nothing big or scary. Just a little fleet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some fighting happening. Let's see. We had a ship out here to catch the Craver, didn't we? So wasn't there a Craver? Yeah, there was a Craver scout over here that needed to be dealt with. I will deal with you, and it's already damaged. So this will be quick and dirty. Repair and recover. We'll do full reserves just in case we need to do a follow-up attack. Sometimes the game does like little trickery things where they act like it's retreating, but it doesn't actually retreat, or things like that. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but we'll go ahead and keep our action points so we can attack again if we need to. And what have we got? Poof, it disappeared. It retreated, and because he had less than 60% of his hit points, he was destroyed when he was retreated. Okay. When he retreated, yeah. Alright, this battle at Teonha. Alright, so the Cravers have 17 points of ships, 17, it's all small ships actually, it's a total of 18 fleet. 4,100 attack, 9,800 defense, and 85,000 hit points. So I'm going to just do the fight with just my small ships. So let me pull Hadrilenko out of the fleet. I am sure that if I attack with the Bastion, Cravers will just retreat. So let's see. Let's do the small ships. Let's see. These are attackers. And then these attackers and a protector. All right. All right, and that leaves us 11 command points, a total of 12 ships, all small ships. Our fleet is 16,000 attack, almost 13,000 defense, and 76,000 hit points. So I think it's small enough that we can do this fight, and the Cravers won't just run away. And repair and recover. Let's do full reserves. Let's do full reserves just in case we need to attack again. Right? Same deal. And I think what I want to do is put half my ships in lane 2 and half my ships in lane 3. So I think I'll put my commander there, and I'm gonna set it up like 2 6-packs. The old 6-pack setup where you have 5 attackers and 1 defensive ship, 1 protector, and the hero ship works like a protector in that type of arrangement, and that's usually a nice little compact setup. So in this arrangement, we have about a 2-to-1 advantage. It looks like we have just about all the energy, so there's almost no energy attack in this fleet. They're basically all kinetic, and their kinetics like to be at short range or medium range, not very much with the long range. So that means they probably have some missiles, but not a lot, which is great. We'll just shoot down their missiles. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch this and see how it goes. Full reserves, and they're probably doing Team Spirit. They'll probably be in all 3 lanes. Yep, okay. So they're doing 3 6-packs as well, although they have more protector ships than we do. So, yep, they're doing Team Spirit, so 100% increase to morale effect. So they're going to start out with a bonus since we don't have anything in lane 1. I think we'll probably watch this 2 times. First time through, we'll just do cinematic, and then the second time we'll do more like a tactical scan view. Yeah, they're going to have accuracy, evasion, and damage bonus. Their hero had some missiles, but he had swarm missiles. Boom. Okay, bottom 2 lanes are gone. Now we actually have the morale bonus. All those beams focus fired on one ship at a time. Look at that. Boom. Nice. Cool, we didn't lose any ships. Alright, let's look at the numbers. Lots of kinetic, lots of beam damage. Their armor absorbed damage, shields absorbed damage. We took 2,100 damage total. Not too much. Not too much. Most of the damage they did was in the first phase. And then after that, we basically were just... Oh yeah, no damage after phase 1. Okay, tactical scan view of the fight. Okay, there are missiles here, and they're getting shot down. Wow. When our beams fired, that just wiped out their ship. Boom. Same thing right there. Boom. Yeah, so the missiles are not really getting through. Look at that. Boom. The beams hit. Zap. Done. Missiles are getting shot down, no problem. Hero ship is taking a little bit of damage, not much. Not much. And now all that's left is this fleet up here. And when our ships fire their beams, poof. That's like the end. Zap. Oof. Pretty effective at long range, man. I'm curious, did these ships up here have shields? Yeah, they did. Okay. So the shields are just woefully inadequate to protect them from that amount of beams that we have. Cool. Good to know. All right, so we took out their hero. So I believe that advances us to 2 out of 3 now. Yep. Hunt and injure 3 heroes commanding ships within... Oh, there's a time frame on it. 14 turns left. Okay, and that'll give us Behemoth. Overdrive is a fleet battle tactic called Berserker. And I think what the Berserker is, if I remember right, you get a big damage bonus if you have just a lone carrier class, size 6 ship in its own flotilla. I think is you get like a big damage bonus. It's pretty big. It's like 50% or something like that. I don't remember. I haven't really used it much, but I believe if I remember, that's I think that's how it goes. All right, so we got a bunch of fleet heading in here to Yersh. We got a fleet here at Paradalis. We have some additional ships on the way over to Yersh and Paradalis, and so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and fight. Let's do let's see if there's any. Yeah, they didn't declare war on us.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have a proposal for you.
No thanks.
Though we doubt the purity of your motives, the Protectorate has a proposal for you.
All right, and we'll go ahead and let's talk to the Cravers.
What now? The Hive has little to say.
Well, we'll declare war.
Your declarations mean nothing to the Hive. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Well, I think things are about to change, bro. Oh, looky. There's a ship there. Attack. Oh, he got away. I wasn't quick enough. I was not quick enough. Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. There's 1,050 defenders here, and they are infantry and armor. And over here we have 1,050 defenders, infantry and armor. So let's see here. Since he doesn't have planes, let's look at our troops. Armor are good against infantry, and air is effective against armor. So right now we don't actually need any infantry since he doesn't have any air. And let's go. I'll go ahead and level this up just to have it done, so I don't forget next time. So yeah, we'll upgrade our infantry there. So we're going to go all armor and air against his armor and infantry. Confirm. Okay, so let's attack. Let's attack at Paradalis. So we have 3,400 troops. All right, and we do bombing damage. We have health and normal damage, and they can inflict 3 battle damage. All right, so we could do preemptive bombing. We've also got this tactic swarm assault. I think that's because we have a lot of Tikanan. If I remember right, yeah, that's a Tikanan assault tactic. So I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to do it 2 different ways. Let's do 1 battle with preemptive bombing and 1 battle with swarm assault, and then we'll just compare the results of each, and we'll see how it goes. So let's see. These guys have. Let's just do we'll do preemptive bombing because that's kind of like our baseline scenario. And guerrilla is guerrilla, which I'm not really going to do that right now. Guerrilla would give you reduced offensive damage and more health on your invading troops. So that's if you're trying to preserve your forces. Okay, preemptive bombing and do like less planetary damage or something. All right, so ground battle at Paradalis. They're doing a draft here to get more troops, and that gives them more defenders and a larger defensive force. Okay, so 49, 50. So we took out about half of their forces in that attack wave. Let's see here. So we lost around 400 troops, a little over 400 troops. They had 1125, and they're down to 600. So they lost a little over 500 troops, and we lost around 400. No population death, no improvements destroyed. Okay. And then over at Yersh, we have 2,300 troops, but it'll be fine because it's still going to be a full ground invasion force. Okay, ground battle at Yersh, and we're going to do the swarm assault. And this increases the amount of manpower we can deploy, increases the amount of improvement destruction and population death, reduces health on our invading troops, and gives a 10% offensive bombardment damage if we had bombardment, which I don't think we do have bombardment. Okay. And so we're landing 1,260 troops in an attack wave, almost twice as big as the other one, right? And he has 950 defenders. All right, let's go for it. Okay, and they're going with protect system. So they're going to do the different defensive tactic. Instead of drafting, protect system. Okay. Seems like we did more damage with the Tikanan battle strategy. Let's take a look at the numbers. We destroyed 3 improvements. None of them were super expensive, so that's fine. Let's see here. So we went from 1260 to 860. So we lost again about 400 people. 400 troops, roughly 450 almost, and they went from 950 to 330. So they lost around 600. So they definitely lost more troops. Of course, they were using protect system, so I don't know if draft would have helped them out. But yeah, we lost 450 instead of 4, and they lost 600 instead of 500. And there was some improvement destruction, no population death. So I would say the swarm assault, it cost us like 50 more troops, so we lost like 10% more troops, but we did more damage. So I guess it's probably worth doing swarm assaults. Okay, we'll retreat, get our manpower back on our fleets on both of these. System relics. Devastated no man's land. Increased science, reduced food. Yep, both systems. All right, so at this point, there are now 600 defenders on Paradalis, and Yersh has 330. Okay, so we're going to be beating these systems up. We're going to be causing some damage. But that's okay, man. It looks like we're going to be able to take these systems. And we're down to, 3,000 manpower on the Paradalis fleet, and the Yersh fleet is down from 2,300 to 1,900. Wasn't it like 22 or 2,300 before the fight started? So doing okay. Yeah. I think we're going to be able to take these systems before these siege fleets arrive. The siege ships, where are we out here? That's arriving in 8 turns. Yeah, it's going to be a while. And this fleet, 8 turns. Yeah, we're already going to have captured these systems. I could take the Admiral out of this fleet at Paradalis or Yersh and fly them up here and grab the siege fleets and bring them back, but I think I'd rather just keep my admirals down here. Maybe the Cravers will try to, protect these systems. Maybe they'll form some fleets together and come after us. Maybe they'll do that with heroes involved, so we can complete the quest. That would be cool. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but it'll be fine either way. So the event, Shoulders of Supergiants, is over. The event Progress has also come to an end. Governor Jabal leveled up. Let's see, AJ is his assignment. So at AJ, our approval there is 119. Okay, so it's okay. So he doesn't have to focus on approval. So we can let him do something like this, blood and land. We'll run through these events. Governor Norn de Garrett, level 11. He is on AM3. That's here. And that is 157 approval, so he does not need to focus on approval either. So he'll do something that's not approval. Plus 40 science on system. Yeah, he was on a system that had coal planets. Now he's not. I'll see if I can end up putting him somewhere where there's a gas giant again at some point. But for now, I guess we'll just lower his assignment duration. Governor Baramaxa is level 10. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a good one. So he's on AK-21. AK-21's approval is okay. He is currently producing an extra 122 food and industry on that system. And it does have a biofuel factory, so all of the extra food goes into industry. So let's have him do Fecund Gardens, which is a really good one for growing a lot of extra food. And now he is producing 374 food instead of 122. So that's an increase of what, 242? No, 252. So extra 252 food, which becomes industry. So 1 skill point, 252 industry. That's a good one. That's a good one. And I can do it again when he levels up again. Governor Oleg Legarin is a governor. So we'll give him a governor skill. Let's see, he's on AF3. How's approval there? Not so good, 89. Okay, so we have an overpopulation We've got not leading parties, over-colonization from having over-expansion to any colony systems is only -11, so we're not going to get a lot there. So probably give him an approval skill. I think that'll be a good one. +10 approval. And yeah, now we're at 99. So that's better. Okay, good. Governor Kenneth Muldar is at AC 31. Probably going for the industry. Let's take a peek. AC approval is, yep, 97. It's okay. I mean, it's not going to go down any more than it is. Forest and cold. Honestly, this would be an okay place for the guy with the cold. Excuse me. With the cold boost, but I think she's there because of the antimatter. So if I can end up finding a spot for her where she can boost the antimatter, that'd be worth it. Okay, more industry. Governor Ima Naratia 2 is 17. Wow. Man, she leveled up fast, dudes. And at AA, our home system, so we know that the approval is pretty good there, and it's going to get better. 131, and as soon as we build the Ministry of Truth, it'll go up, I guess another 30, right? Don't I have 3 heroes? Do I only have 2? I have 3. I do have 3 heroes, yeah. So she can do something that's not approval. We can do either 10 industry or let's do some more influence. It's 1 influence per population. So I think there's how many? 30 something here? 37? So that should be 37 influence. Yep. Cool. Yeah, 37 influence is worth more than 10 industry. Okay, let's take a look at constructions that we completed. See a whole bunch of siege ships done out of AA4 Rhea. I think it was 25 of them. You see we're starting to build well-being foundations, hazardous mining, and then AD is building siege ships. And more with the approval buildings. AG is building siege ships as well. Super Biofuel Factory completed at BH3, and it's only a level 3 system. Terraforming, colonial rights, autonomous administration completed, cool. And we're building a super biofuel factory now. And there's a super biofuel factory at CO4. Is this one of the ones that's in revolt? Was it a, yeah, this is one that's on the verge of rebellion. Oh, this is a biofuel factory, not automation. Yeah, it's only level 2. Gotta put the right letters there. B for biofuel, A for automated. Okay. So here you can see we just finished building a super biofuel factory. And so we're building aquaculture domes, intensive cultivation, epigenetic crop seeding, and then we're going back to the approval buildings. Soil engineering. Poor soil is a -2 per population, so that would be a -8 for 960. For 1,000, this is okay. This probably needs to come down here. Okay, on this planet, it would be a +5 approval times 4 people, so that will increase approval by 20. Then on planet 1, let's see, that's 3 approval per pop, and that's 3, so that's approval of 9. On COB2, that's 4 populations at 3, so we need to move that one up here. Okay, so this one will increase 20 approval. This will increase approval by 12. This one will improve by 9. This one will improve by 8, so do it in that order because that's the fastest increases. So altogether, 20, 30, 40, almost 50, 49, something like that, approval increase. Then I'll probably build the level 3 modernization. And I think that'll get us out of the woods. We've got 9 turns before it actually goes into open rebellion. I think we'll get enough bonuses. And once these food buildings complete, then that will be more food, which will go into industry, and we'll build these a little bit faster. I think we'll be able to get approval up in time that we don't actually have a rebellion. If it comes to it, and we have to, if we're like 1 turn away and it's about to not be enough, then we'll either do a suppress or a seduce at that point. All right, and let's look at the other extra low approval building system, I mean. So it was CO and CR, right? So we were just looking at CO. Let's go to CR. So CR is in similar boat. It's different resources for each seduction. And on this one, we're building colonial rights, and then we're terraforming. That will be 5 per pop on 1, which would be 3. That's 15 approval. And then here on 2, that'll be another 15 approval. And then that one doesn't give us anything. What about monsoon? Monsoon is going to forest. So that would be a thing. There's polar tempests there. So that needs to go into the mix. And that will reduce by 2 per pop. Okay, so this is 5 per system level, and there's only system level 2. So this will give us +10. Polar tempests will give us 2 per population, and there are 9 populations, so that's worth 18. This would be 15, this would be 15. And this one would be, what, 9 times 1 would be 9 points, something like that. And again, I think that we'll be able to get approval up enough to get it to where they're not going to actually go totally into revolt. I think as long as it's not 0, if it's like a positive number there, I think you're okay. Because like in BM, they're at 11% approval, mutinous, but they're not like getting ready for open rebellion. Even though I am working on getting approval buildings built, I don't think, I don't have any negative anomalies to correct, and all of these are already at arid, so it's going to be a little while before I get them up to jungles. So I have to go to arid and then go to jungle, so I should do it in the order of whichever has the most population. So this one, then it's a 1 and then 2, and then 3 and 4 are equal. Okay, cool. All right, so just managing the very low approval. All right, I think next thing I want to look at is going to be the marketplace and see what we've got going on there. We've got a little bit of influence left over we could spend if we wanted to. Right now, our income levels, red sayings at almost 200, void stones at plus 133 per turn, benthic gems is at 45 per turn, and virtual artifacts is at plus 49.2 per turn. So let's sell off some of our resources here. So I'd like to have enough that if I forget, I still don't max out and hit 999 on resources. So I want to be like under 600 here. So let's just sell like 222, man. We'll just sell some of that. And of course these red saying are really low price now, but I'm selling them just because I don't want to max out. Let's go ahead and build. Let me sell some of these because we have an income of I guess 11 transfine. So just selling 10% of it, man. The dust, I guess it's what, dark glitter? I have a little income there, but it's worth so little, I don't think it's really worth selling. 38. The gossamer. We'll go ahead and sell 10%. Okay, so that's everything I have an income in. And then let's look at resources to buy. I don't see anything I want to buy as far as luxuries, heroes. Nope, usual guys. I'll just leave them all there. I don't see anybody I want to use as an admiral or as a governor. Strategics. Hyperium's cheap. Titanium's cheap. Let's see. There was buying and selling that happened. That comes up to how much? That's around 42,000, something like that. So I get a quarter of it, right? So I get like around 10,000 dust, 10 or 11,000 dust this turn. All right, so antimatter. Yeah, I could buy a little bit, not too much though. Maybe 10. Or a Cal 6, I could go for maybe we'll do 20. It's around 200 now. Those are a little over 100, and then some Hyperium, maybe 100. How many? Yeah, I don't want it to be 100 apiece. Down around 50 apiece, I'm cool with. Yeah, maybe we'll do 50. And some titanium. Again, anytime it gets to around 50 is okay. Whatever I can buy with influence. Because my law's upkeep is 0. So I can go all the way down. And this will be fun because we'll see exactly how much influence I'm actually getting per turn. I'm down to 5 influence right now. Supposedly I'll get 9,300. So we'll see what the actual amount is. But for laws, my law's upkeep is 0. My law's upkeep is 0. Okay, yeah, and that brings titanium up to around 50. So let's take a look at our trade routes. Let's see, we have 60,000. This is 27. let's see, that's 9, that's 10, that's 8. So it's level 8s to 9. So those are all 9, those 4, and these 2 are at 10. So we have enough money to operate. Cool. So our home system is very cool. See, it's first place on FIDZ and first place on whatever this government is. I don't know what that means. First place though. And out of the 160 star systems, it's #1 star system in the galaxy. So, top tier. And that's our trade routes. And nobody else has trade routes. Still. Nada, nunca, nadie. Nix 9. So. Alright, let's jump through here, see if there's anything I missed. 3 populations grew. Yeah, we're just about all maxed out on populations. So, once we start getting some Craver systems, we're going to be sending populations over there. That's for sure, man. We'll be doing some upgrades. All right, let's check fleets. I think we're going to be moving, mostly moving fleets towards the front here. What's going to become the front. We'll just be moving like from CP and Zane and CC and CA. We're just going to be moving these fleets forward here. And honestly, I think I'll probably just do all of this off camera. Not super exciting to watch me doing this stuff, but yeah, suffice to say, I'm going to be moving fleets that are here towards these systems. You know, honestly, I can probably move this hero fleet as well. I can probably leave like an attacker and a protector there. And a flak and a hunter. Okay, I think that is a sufficient force to defend Teonha. Just an attacker, a protector, a flak, and a hunter. That's 11,000 attack, 7,800 defense, and 40,000 hit points. I think that'll handle, you know, individual invader ships, and if the Craver send another fleet, I can probably, I'll see it coming from a long way off. I'll be able to add additional forces if it's needed. And we'll take this stuff and put it back in this fleet. And then this whole fleet is going to go ahead and move. Should I go down here? I guess I'll go over here and start consolidating together, building up a fleet. We'll figure it out. Cool. A patrol ship has arrived here. I think I'm going to do an off-lane flight just to kind of maintain visibility here. Keep an eye on the situation. Cravers have not upgraded the Bastion, it appears. Alright, that guy can just hang out. That dude can hang out. A lot of dudes hanging out at this point. Yeah, this fleet. guess can start heading this way. We'll see if the Riftborn get mad that I'm flying my military fleets through their systems. There was a law, I can't remember it, and I looked for it, I didn't find it, where you get approval if you have a fleet on the opponent, on your system. You get like, it's like, I think it's called like Safe Skies or something like that, but I don't see it listed. Let me look for it. Safe Skies. I think it was an independent law. I don't see it now. Maybe all laws? Yeah, I don't see it. I remember there used to be a law, I think it was called Safe Skies, and if you, on any system where you had one of your fleets in orbit, and you basically just put a ship in orbit and tell it to guard, and it would just stay there, and you got like a plus 20 or 25 approval for safe, just having a sentry force there, just watching over. I don't see that law anymore. So maybe that is a change with this reawakening update. Maybe there's no longer Safe Skies. Or maybe that's like a faction-specific law. I don't know. But that would be a nice law to have access to, or at least know what it is and what level of approval and support I need. What required political experience level is needed in order to pass a law. They vary, right? Some of them are functional, some of them are higher, like Parks Not Quarks requires potent, and I'm only at whatever this is. Senator Bob app requires entrenched, same as larger host, but I'm that requires established or functional. So anyway, that was an observation. That would be nice to have access to that law. Good little Vodjani, man, just slurping up the essence there from the Riftborn. Yeah, you gotta wonder, the Riftborn are like, man, these guys are weird. They're slurping up our life essence. These people, the races in this dimension are crazy. Well, I think that's everything for this turn. That's everything important. Moved all the fleets, did all the stuff. At least we don't have to look at any more additional drops in approval, right? As long as we can manage this, we're okay. And at this point, we're at 48 of 42, so we're only over by 6 systems. So our over expansion, over colonization disapproval, it's minus 11.3 on systems that we have colony level 4, and anything that's below that, the disapproval for over colonization is minus 22.5, because we've got crack squads law running and Toys for Boys. So as our approvals come up, then we'll be able to look at maybe canceling Toys for Boys or crack squads as the number of system administration automations get completed, and we get this 42 number up to where we have less over expansion disapproval. That'll help, and we will be able to change our laws up again and pull crack squads out, pull Toys for Boys out, and we'll be able to pass other laws, and we'll get back on track. We've got 5 turns to go until the election. So looking like it's going to be industrialist leading, and I'll choose to have industrialist. And then once we get back to capturing systems, I'm going to want to be having the new colony law in place. So when we capture Paradalis or Yersh, I'm going to want to pass new colony, and that will help a lot with our approval situation, right? As we start capturing systems, things are going to be good. I'm going to need to make sure I have enough influence to influence the elections, to make sure that people vote correctly. That number goes up at every system you have. So I think it's 150 per, because we have 40 something. Yeah, anyway. Cool. All right, folks, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks everybody for watching.